Temperate rainforests are our rarest forest biome in the world. It's what we have here on Dartmoor and on the oceanic area of the United Kingdom. It's the mild climate, it's the year-round rainfall that we get, and because of that humidity, virtually every surface is covered with plants like mosses, lichens and liverworts, and that is what's so characteristic. So our rainforests now are about only 1% of our land area, and they're absolute treasures in terms of their habitats. Formerly it could have been up to about 20%. So we need to significantly increase these areas to make sure they're here for the long term and that they're resilient to future climate change.
We're taking a different approach to traditional habitat restoration. We're creating entirely new rainforests across our oceanic zone, and these will all be managed on a local level. So new sites will be owned and managed by the local wildlife trusts. And these trusts will be organising volunteering days, drop-in Q&A sessions, school outreach days, planting sessions, all to help connect people to this lost native landscape. And the programme is a £38.9 million 100-year programme in long-term partnership with Aviva.
I'm really excited to design this garden for the Wildlife Trust at Chelsea because I spent an awful lot of my childhood playing basically in an environment just like this. And these places have been sources of inspiration and magic for centuries. And I hope visitors at Chelsea will see this wild and wet woodland peppered throughout the garden that we're doing at Chelsea this year. You'll see mosses, you'll see lichens, you'll see the slightly kooky trees, but importantly and most centrally, you'll see a beautiful cascading water feature because these woodlands would be nothing without their rich and constant humidity. So this is an epiphyte, this fern, because it's growing out of the air essentially. It's clinging on through the moss and the moss is onto the tree. So it's an air growing essentially. But you've got all these layering of all these plants, and that's something I hope to evoke in the garden at Chelsea.
So our temperate rainforests are home to some really rare and threatened species. One that was just recently discovered in the late 1990s here is the blue ground beetle. But in addition to that, we've got a whole host of rare and threatened bird species. So our smallest woodpecker, our lesser spotted woodpecker, builds and excavates its nests here. Species like the wood warbler as well, ground nesting birds which are found on these slopes in amongst the mosses and the bracken.
I wanted trees that were in these environments, so I've gone for native species like hazel, birch and Acer campestre, so our field maple, because they are stalwarts and they're fantastic for not just these environments but for our gardens as well.
We started back in 2008 and I wanted to set up a tree nursery that grew trees in Britain. So I decided to go for trees that are hardy in our climate and look like they belong here.
So this is one of them, our lovely Bachelor pendula. I really liked this one because it had that sort of double form that came up. But I have to say one of my favourites was the hazel here, because it is just so, we've got this massive 2.5 foot high fern and moss wall, and it is going to come out of that looking like the queen that she is, I think. So I was very excited by the fact that it had this sort of all these exciting different angles in it as well, which is really what
there's a lot of character in it.
Yeah,
but also with the silver birch, I think it's a very underused plant, but they are so beautiful because when they grow to a certain height and they start drooping down and doing the pendula thing, and it's native, so perfect.
My hope for this project is that it raises awareness that we have these amazing special habitats, our British rainforests. And I also hope that Chelsea acts as a catalyst for the Wildlife Trust to amplify and grow their work to restore them even further. The woodlands don't have a voice, so that's why we're here.